So today we're going off the beaten path a bit, and instead of doing a video, we're gonna do a subreddit. This is a new Turkmas segment called Who Are These Subreddits? Our Who Are These Podcasts is a forum for the fans of Who Are These Podcasts, obviously. If you've never heard of WATP, it's a show hosted by a man named Gay Carl. Why he calls himself Gay Carl, I don't really understand. He seems to have a lovely wife that treats him very, very nicely.
Hold the mandolin.
I know, I see it.
I was doing requests.
Okay.
We were playing requests for a little
Good
bit.
job. Did you take a nap?
I did not.
That was my request.
And his show emerged after the downfall of Opie and Anthony, doing their famous Jocktober bit. But instead of as part of a show, it's the whole show. And instead of 1 month a year, it's all year round. Many welcomed this at first, as Jocktober was a beloved segment. However, the premise wore thin quickly, not to mention that the Sniper Wolf levels of takes on the podcasts being reviewed were not enough to scratch the itch that O&A left behind. The final straw was probably the fact the show became a tedious examination and re-examination of Stuttering John, Howard Stern's former stunt boy who hasn't been relevant since like 2003, 2004.
Let's get into it. Stuttering John show. What'd you think, Kevin?
Well, Stuttering John is a guy I haven't really thought about in a lot of years.
Right.
Being a long Stern Show listener, he left a long time ago, and I never really quite paid attention to what he was doing. But this show, in a nutshell, is just him. It's just bad.
But we're not here to talk about WATP or Gay Carl. We're here to talk about their subreddit, and what a subreddit it is, especially for the last few months. Sparsely inhabited and poorly moderated, a group of 3 or 4 jerks, just real knuckleheads, who seem to think they are funsters or something, keep invading, hijacking and derailing the subreddit with things that barely have anything to do with WATP or Gay Carl, and not just making the front page, but staying at the top of it for days, if not weeks on end. Let's just take a look at some of these posts. Happy 38th birthday, Beverly. I just wanted to wish a happy birthday to my dear friend Beverly. Wishing you all the best. You deserve it. Much love. Gate Crashers. Anyone know if this is any good? I've seen this book around. The author has been on a few podcasts, so I hope it's relevant. It's a Patrick S. Tomlinson book. Carl stole my load. I was cruising in the men's room at Odie's Bar and Grill. I met Carl there, and he said, "Give me your load, big boy." When I unloaded into him, he gripped me super tight and I had to pull out. I said, "What are you doing, naughty boy?" He said, "Tee-hee," and put his pants back on and left. I saw him later that night. There was no wet patch. I think he kept it inside the whole time. If you see Carl, let him know I want my load back. Women often lie to me. I'm not sexist or anything. I'm a pattern-finding animal. Why would Anthony say this? That's an Anthony Cumia tweet there. White girls, so refreshing to actually see them. No need to hide anymore. Go to church. And there's a picture of Anthony's live-in karate instructor. Mom and Dad got home safe after riding back from DabbleCon. And that's Joseph Cumia and his wife. Fans watching the stream of DabbleCon 2 getting porn bombed be like. There are like 30 people in the world who saw this. And out of those 30 people, other than the guy that posted it, maybe like half of them upvoted it. But out of those, other than the guy that posted it, maybe 2 understand what it is. And out of those 2 people, one of them is me. And the reason that I understand what that picture means is because that's a picture of me. A picture of me was on the front page of Who Are These Podcasts Reddit for days. For days. A picture of me. But none of this is the issue at hand. The issue at hand is one of these users who I absolutely don't know, named TimeCar950, caught a temporary ban for violating privacy. Here it is. Hello, you have been banned from participating in our Who Are These podcasts for 28 days because your post violates this community's rules. You won't be able to post or comment, but you can still view and subscribe to it. And the post in question is Admiral Submarine, Brantford, Ontario. If you guys ever find yourself in Brantford, Ontario, be sure to check out Admiral Submarine for a delightful Greek deli and insane $12 double cheeseburger. Tell them Corey sent you. It's great. My issue is when they gave me, and I mean Timecar, not me, this ban, it was ostensibly for a privacy violation. They banned him, but they didn't delete the post. The post is still there. That's where I'm reading it from. The moderation on here is non-existent. In theory, and I mean in theory, if Cumtown or Opie and Anthony or $1 Million Extreme, whatever other subreddits got banned, if they wanted to, they could just come here and start anew. There's no one stopping them and no reason for them not to. In theory. Well, that's been this episode of Who Are These Subreddits? That's all.